Hi, my name is Andrew Mutana, the senior pastor at Impact Church. We're located at Pruvy House in Westlands, Nairobi, Kenya. Wherever you're watching from, I just want to share with you today about facing your giants. Welcome back. In life, we have dreams, we have desires. We all want to come from one place to go to another place. But a lot of times, one of the things we don't realize is that for us to get from point A to point B, there's going to be a lot of obstacles along the way. There's going to be a lot of mountains we have to climb. There's going to be valleys we have to cross. There's going to be opposition that is going to rise up against us. If it was easy, everybody would just wake up and fulfill whatever they had or wanted to do. But there are giants that come in our paths. But the beautiful thing about the giants is that the bigger the giant you face, the greater the ability for you to rise to another level. And every time you dodge your giants, what you're actually doing is to dodge your destiny. When you dodge your giants, you dodge your destiny. And so we need to understand that it is very important to face our giants. It is very important to confront our giants, because hidden behind your giant is your breakthrough. Hidden behind your giant is the next level that God wants to take you to. So there's a story in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17, and it talks about David. Now, David had a lot of skills. God had trained him through so many things. But it was not until he met Goliath and defeated Goliath that he was able to get to his place of destiny. And his place of destiny was to be a king in Israel. And so we see this story where David is confronted with this giant, and this giant has been provoking the nation of Israel for many days. He comes and he taunts them and he tells them, challenges them to come up with somebody. But eventually, I think there must have been something that was stirred up in the spirit of David, that he just knew that this is my opportunity. So he did not look at how big the giant was, but he looked at two things. He looked at the bigness of his God, and he looked at the bigness of the opportunity that lay ahead of this giant. And so he was willing to take the risk. You see, unless you are able to have a vision of what is beyond your present circumstances, what is beyond the present opposition, what is beyond the present giant, what is beyond the present mountain, you will give up, you will resign. And that was the rest of the Israelites. They didn't have anything that motivated them to face this giant. They didn't have anything that caused them to fight. They didn't have a cause to fight for. That's why when David comes, he already has seen the greatness ahead of him. He's already seen what lies beyond this giant. And so when he's challenged, he's told, you're a small man, you're a weak man, which is what the world will always tell you. The world will tell you don't have what it takes, you don't have the money, you don't have the education, you don't have the connections, you can't do this, just leave this for somebody else. And so they try to talk him out of facing this giant. But he tells them one thing. He says, is there not a cause? And I want you to realize, my friend, my brother, my sister, you have a cause. You have to face that giant, because facing that giant will help you, will propel you to the destiny that God has for you. So I dare you today, don't dodge your giants. Don't even try to go around your giants. Face whatever it is you have to face. God has already given you the power within. There is already power within you to overcome whatever obstacle or whatever challenge comes against you. Because Christ is in you, and in him you can do all things, because he will strengthen you. So rise up from the defeat, rise up from the failure, rise up from all the challenges, and one more time, shake yourself off like that boxer who's just been given a knockout. Rise up again and face that problem once again, because God will help you overcome your giant. And He will take you to the next level in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you. Once again, we look forward to seeing you